to school season is here and it can feel super overwhelming to have a really long to-do list. So what I wanted to do in this video is to give you kind of a step-by-step of things that I think are helpful to have prepared before even your first day of school. So things that you can think about. I know that I personally feel a lot less stressed if I have a plan. So I know some people are like, nope, don't even want to think about school, and some people feel better when they work with a plan. That's me. I'm person number 2. I like to have a plan, or I like to spend at least a little bit of my time getting things together. So that's what this video is about, is things to help you get ready for back to school. So hopefully your mind can stop like running, trying to think of all the things. Let's just jump right into what you need to have ready for back to school and Spanish class. Hi, my name is Ashley, aka Señorita Spanish, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, to click subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notified of all new content I create for you in the future. Thanks so much. So back to school, what are some things you have to think about? Well, you don't have to think about them during the summer, but what are some things that might help you feel more relaxed if you have a plan in place for them? First off is your syllabus. If you've seen my video on your syllabus for your Spanish classroom, you know that I think that this is important. Whether or not your school says you have to have one, I think it's helpful for you to think through your expectations, to think through your policies, to think through your procedures. So make sure that you have a syllabus in place and ready to go. And if you need some help on what to include in that syllabus, I'll link my video in the description of this for you to check out. The next thing that I think that you should have in place to just help ease your mind is, what are you going to do on the first day of school? Your first day of school, it's hard to like jump right into content, but you also don't want to spend the whole day being like, here's my syllabus, this is exactly what we do. So what are you going to do on the first day of school? What does the first day of school look like? I have a video where I have walked through exactly what my first day of school looks like, the materials that I use, the screen that I project for my students. If you want to see what that looks like, I'll link it for you here. But something to consider as you're running through all the things for back to school is, what exactly are you going to do on the first day of school? And then what about the days after the first day of school? So if you have your syllabus planned and you have your first day of school planned, then what? My favorite thing to do next is to do a mini unit on Cognates. I will link the video that I have done for you on that. But basically, I help my students get more confident in their language skills by teaching them how to use Cognates to be successful. Finally, the last thing that I like to have ready before the back to school season starts are some getting to know you activities. And I say getting to know you, or I say icebreaker, and maybe in your brain you're just like, oh, cringe, I hate icebreaker activities, right? We want to do something that's going to help us get to know our students, that's going to help our students get to know each other, but isn't going to make them uncomfortable, right? We don't want to like force them to make friends on the first day or the first days of school, or even throughout that first month, but we do want to do things where we can start building relationships and getting to know our students. So what are some great getting to know you activities? What are some things you can do? I personally like to do things that students can do individually. On my first day of school lesson plan video, I shared about my information sheets and name take cards. That's a great, really simple individual activity. So I have another video that is all of my favorite getting to know you activities. They're activities that your students can do individually without forcing them to interact, but still allowing them to kind of ease into building those relationships with each other, and for you to start to get to know them in case they're students that you've never met before. I will link that video that I have for you on getting to know you activities here in case you need some new ideas to help you with this year. Okay, that's everything that I have for you. Those are the things that help me feel more prepared as we head into a new back to school season. So is my syllabus in place? What am I going to do on the first day of school? What about the next few days after the first day of school? And how am I going to start my students building relationships with each other, building relationships as a classroom community, and how can I start to get to know them? What else helps you feel prepared for back to school? Comment below and let me know what's something that you always feel better about having in place. And maybe you're like, hey Ashley, something really important that you didn't mention at all is having my classroom set up. Fair enough. That's probably because I'm usually a traveling teacher, so I don't really think about my classroom. as much as I think about the things that I'm going to do in those spaces. However, if you haven't decorated your classroom yet and you're not sure what you're going to put in there, you might also like my video on must-have visuals for your Spanish classroom. I will link that here for you to check out. But yeah, hopefully that helps you feel more comfortable and feel more confident about going into your new school year. If you haven't yet, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so YouTube knows you like it. Click subscribe and ring that bell so that way you get notified of all new content I create for you in the future. Happy back to school time!